Good morning, children. Today we are going to begin chapter 16, Anyway. Now, here, this particular chapter serves as a guide on how we should live our life. With each piece of advice, a paradox is presented here. Now, here, the speaker tells the reader that we should do our work without expecting any reward. Now, in carrying out our duties, we may face oppositions. People may not like the things that we are doing. They may oppose us. But what we should do? We should not be discouraged by it, but rather we should carry on our good deeds. So here, moving on to the next lines, people are illogical, unreasonable and self-centered. Love them anyway. So here the speaker tells the reader that he or she must love all people, even in spite of the fact that they may be hard to love. They may be selfish, they may be silly or stubborn, but the speaker suggests that we must love them anyway. Now, if you do good, people will accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Do good anyway. Now, here in these lines, the speaker instructs the reader to do good acts, even though most of the people will probably assume the acts were done for selfish reasons. Now, children, we may face many difficulties in life, but we should do good anyway. Now, moving on to the next lines. If you are successful, you will win. False friends and true enemies succeed anyway. Now, here the speaker, he tells the reader that in this case, if one is lucky enough to find success, he or she will most certainly also find friends who are not invested in the relationships in order to gain something. In addition to false friends, the person who has found success will also find true enemies who are jealous and will try to undermine the successful reader. So, despite of this, we must have the potential, we must build up the potential to succeed anyway. Now, the good you do today will be forgotten tomorrow. Do good anyway. Now, here the speaker tells the reader that be optimistic. The speaker is certainly see a glass that is half full, even though sometimes negative will come of someone's goodness. It is important to still do good acts. Now, in this particular stanza, the speaker is informing the reader that the good acts that are done today will certainly be forgotten tomorrow. But we should not stop doing good. That means it doesn't matter, it should not matter to you that it will be, your good deeds will be forgotten. Despite of this, you must, whenever you get an opportunity, you must do good to others. Now, moving on to the next lines. Honesty and frankness make you vulnerable. Be honest and frank anyway. Now, here the speaker is informing the reader that often to be frank means to be open and be honest. So, here the speaker is telling the reader that by being open and truthful, the reader will also be made vulnerable. In spite of this, the reader must choose to be honest and frank anyway. So here he may face criticism, but still he need to be honest and frank. The biggest men and women with the biggest ideas can be shot down by the smallest men and women with the smallest minds. Think big anyway. Now, here he says that the smallest men and women are the ones who may be shot down the ideas that is presented by the biggest and the brightest. Here, smallest most probably means jealous and stupid, and biggest obviously means the brightest and the talented. So, here the speaker wants to explain that even though people will try to undermine you, that but you should not stop. You should be more creative and you should be more innovative. Now, coming to the next lines, people favor underdogs but follow only top dogs. Fight for a few underdogs anyway. Here, the speaker says that now here the word underdogs, what does it mean? It means a competitor thought to have a little chance of winning a fight or contest. So here the people favor underdogs but follow the top dogs. Now fight for a few underdogs anyway. What does it mean? It means that maybe the persons who cannot win or cannot have, they have a very little chance of winning, but still we should uh, try, we should always fight for, we should try to fight for the underdogs too, though we follow the top dogs, but we should not ignore the underdogs. Who are the underdogs? They are the competitors, those who have only a little chance of winning. Now moving on to the next lines. What you spend years building may be destroyed overnight. Build anyway. Now children, in life, maybe to build up a certain things, it may have taken us a long period. Now if we take an example of a business, maybe a person had set up a business with great effort and he must have tried for years to frame it, to build it, or to settle it, but it may get destroyed in a day. So still that person should not lose hope. We should not lose hope. And what he should do? He should give a new start with same enthusiasm and try to build up the business again. In the same way, in life, if we face any kind of destruction, if any destruction is done to our work, we should not stop. But what we should do? We should rebuild and move forward. Now, people really need help but may attack you if you do help them. Help people anyway. See, maybe at times it happens that people does not like interrupting in their life or helping them out with any kind of work. But we should not lie down or put ourselves back in helping others. We should always come forward to help others. Okay. Now, give the world the best you have and you will get kicked in the teeth. Give the world the best you have anyway. See, at times it happens that when we try to do good for others, what we receive criticism in return. Maybe the people may not like and we may receive certain criticism, but still we should build up the habit of helping others. So what we should do? We should give the world the best. Though we may not have received good from others, but we should always come forward to give the best to others. So this is all that you have in this particular chapter. Now this particular chapter teaches you to be always positive in life. You should always move on in life despite of any difficulties, failures, criticism. Still you should think positive and you should continue your good work. So that's all in this particular chapter. Hope you have understood it. Thank you.